So this is Prose, a series of short stories about things that happen in my life. And this time we're off on a South African road trip, woohoo! So first of all, what you'll need is a love of endless deserted landscapes, because there's a lot of that going on in South Africa. Also, you'll need a pair of good walking shoes, because it's a big effing place. A sun cream with higher protection than you expected, because you're going to get burned. Also, a pair of binoculars will be handy, so that you can have a look at the animals, but also keep a good distance from things that might want to eat you. And a towel, as taught by Douglas Adams. And a few words are also useful, just to start you off. You'll also need a good excuse to visit, and in my case, this was my brother, Noah, who lives there. So my 3-week adventure began with my mum and dad and a 12-hour flight to Joburg. Joined by Noah, we set off on our 1,467-kilometre road trip towards Cape Town, with rather short games of I Spy that ended after having spied sky, bush and road. Cape Town was our first stop, and it was an incredible city. On our first morning, a baboon galloped through our restaurant, stealing food. We saw a penguin colony, a seal dismember a penguin, and also a famous YouTuber on a beach. What a place! It doesn't end there. We also scuba dived through a jungle of kelp, and we saw a mini shark. We were chased by a seal. We ate huge waffles at the waterfront. We saw the Indian and Atlantic Ocean meet at Cape Point. And climbed up a little bit of Table Mountain because I'm a lazy bugger. Next stop was Franschhoek in the wine country, where I pretended to know something about wine. And with the sunset, a braai and very good company, that's actually quite a nice thing to do. We then went on to Knysna, a coastal town, with a sandstorm on the way and a thunderstorm on arrival. Here we spent Christmas Day. After hiking through Fimbos and past very smelly seals, we picnicked on the beach. The froth from the sea was like snow, and I got sand in places I didn't think was possible. On returning to Pretoria, my mum and dad set off back home, but Noah and I were joined by some new friends, and we did a safari on horseback past zebras and giraffes, and we played with lion cubs at a lion breeding farm, where one cub with hamburger eyes whacked me to see if I was edible. Last stop for my road trip was Swaziland, a tiny country northeast of South Africa, where we spent New Year's Eve in a rock lodge in the middle of nowhere. There was no water, there was no electricity, but there was lots of booze and lots of stars. And so after 32 windhooks, 17 baboons, but 0 rabbits, 5 braais, and 3,946 kilometers, it was time to head home. I miss the friendliness, the warmth, the relaxed atmosphere, and also the crazy amount of monkeys. South Africa, I'll be back.